If you're like most of us in the mechanical keyboard hobby, I'd be willing to bet that you started getting into mechanical keyboards as a result of gaming. As for me, I built my first gaming PC in 2017, didn't realize that it didn't come with peripherals, and hopped on Amazon to see what kind of keyboard I could get shipped same day. My first mechanical keyboard was the Qwertykeys Magic Force 68 with Cherry MX Browns, but I quickly fell down the rabbit hole because I fell in love with the sheer customizability of the typing experience. Over the years, as the hobby has matured, we've seen that customizability rise to a whole new level of affordability, and to me, that's fully encapsulated in this board, Neo Keyboard's take on an Ergo board. So let's talk about it right after you Ergo and click on that like button. The Neo Ergo is an Ergo 65% keyboard that has all the features that I love from Neo designs, like the screwless ball catch assembly and the magnetic connectors, which obviates the need for JST or another similar finicky connector type. All those features means this board is a breeze to put together, and it's very easy to mod as well. It's designed in the tented Ergo style, much like the TGR Alice, and it has a typing angle of 8 degrees with a front height of between 14 to 27 millimeters. If you aren't familiar with Ergo or ergonomic style keyboards, they aren't really new, and there are even non-mechanical Ergo keyboards like the Microsoft ergonomic keyboard that you might see in an office setting. They're common anywhere you have a lot of typing going on because of 3 letters, one world of pain. RSI, or repetitive stress injuries. For people that have to type a lot for their work, it's very common to develop carpal tunnel syndrome or other RSIs in your hands and wrists, and the theory behind Ergo keyboards is that the natural slope helps alleviate some pressure off your hands and wrists. To that end, I have to say that it feels a bit unnatural for me to use most Ergo keyboards, but the Neo Ergo isn't quite as aggressive as some of the Ergodoxes I've tried, and my words per minute didn't suffer too much. Let's take a listen to this board using a few different plate materials. We've got FR4, carbon fiber, and it wouldn't be a MakerMods review if we didn't try plateless. Switches are the Keep Front Doom linears, which are a long pull linear switch with a nylon bottom and an HDPE top. Keycaps are PBT Fans Pyga, which I thought matched the red accent strip pretty well. Here are the typing tests. So just like with every other Neo board I've tried, the Neo Ergo is just effortless in the way it destroys what's common practice in the mechanical keyboard hobby, and to me that's what makes me so excited about Neo keyboards and Qwertykeys in general. The cause and effect of designers and manufacturers like them is undeniable, because 2 years ago this board would have cost $500 or more. Instead, it's $179.99 as seen here, with a tri-mode wireless PCB, some really unique plate material options, and an included wrist rest. For just the board and PCB in a plateless build with no wrist rest, which by the way I'd personally really recommend picking up, the Neo Ergo is only $130 with a $10 early bird discount if you order before June 18th. And at that price, this board is really a no-brainer. I've been using the Neo Ergo at work work for the past 2 weeks and it's been extremely comfortable for extended typing sessions. That being said, the board's not perfect, although the lower price does cover a multitude of sins. I'm not a huge fan of the RGB implementation on this board, especially with the little rubber diffusers that kind of poke out between the keycaps. Because the diffusers are installed on the plate, if you're running the board in plateless, the RGB lighting isn't diffused and it's a little harsh at certain angles. Also, one thing that's been throwing me off during normal typing was the right shift, which is out of place and a little awkward to use when using the arrow key layout. I like the symmetry of the board in this configuration, but it's definitely a shame because I definitely use the right shift a lot more than I use my arrow keys, and I couldn't get used to hitting up instead of shift repeatedly. Luckily, adjusting the layout's super simple using VIA, and I'm happy to say the board is VIA compatible even on my Mac. All in all, Qwertykeys and Neo have struck again. And if you've ever wanted to try an Ergo keyboard, this is the one to get. Check out some more keyboard content here. I'm MakerMods, and I'll catch you in the next video.